What's up, guys and gals? So we're back here in the shop. Well, my garage. We got a Audi to work on. So stay tuned. So, do you ever open your hood, pull your dipstick to find a nub? Well, that's what I'm going to show you how to deal with on the cheap today. So some of these Audis, this is an A4 with the 2-liter, and some Volkswagens and some other vehicles, they don't have a drain plug, they don't have a dipstick. My Alpha doesn't have a dipstick, and yes, that's Rick and Morty on my windshield. So these, they use an electronic sensor to tell you when you need to add oil or when you need to change it, obviously, as most cars do now. They actually sell what's called a Mighty Vac fluid extractor that I would recommend getting, but they are kind of steep in price. You're talking between $100 and $350. But you can get one of these quick little hand pumps for less than 20 bucks. So that's not bad. You can also use one of those suction guns too. That's just an example. I'm not using that. Didn't use it. If you go to AutoZone, your oil filter is that for this specific model, Premium Plus Quattro. Unfortunately, it does take quite a while because these have 5.5 quarts, and these only hold 200 cc's each. So it takes quite a bit of pumps. Be patient. It's easy. So I'm going to show you what to do. So in this kit, you have this main hose that goes on, and it has this little coupler. And all I did was get some, this is vacuum tube, or it's also used for your washer fluid. I just got 3 foot of that, and you stuff it down in this hole till it stops, okay? And then you just pull the plunger out and it sucks the oil out. You're gonna do that until it starts bubbling. If you use a specific pump, pull down right there, and this hose will pull out. I can't do it one-handed, but either way, I can't do it one-handed. But you pull that down, and this hose will pull out, and then I just dump it into my bucket. That's the easiest way to do this. I'm gonna finish, and then I'll go figure out which size that nut is on that filter cartridge, and I will be right back. So that bad boy is 1.25 inches. Loosen it. And make a mess. It does have oil in it, so dump it out. We're gonna have a mess to clean up, but let it drain. We're gonna put that in there. So now that we got that out, there is an O-ring on your cap. Make sure and change that. I'm gonna get some of this cleaned up and I'll be right back. Alright, so here's your new oil filter. Push it down there like that. Here's your new O-ring. It goes right there. So I'm going to pop that off, put the new one on, and I'll be right back. Okay, there's the new seal. Make sure and lubricate it a little bit. Otherwise you could run the risk of tearing it. I cleaned this one out with some brake clean. I got to let it dry a little bit longer, but I always like to clean these. And that's the animated torque. So I'm going to let this dry off a little bit, and I'll be right back. Okay, so it's nice and dry. Make sure and get it in there right. And screw it down. And go ahead and torque it. And I'll be right back. Okay, remember, these are composite plastic. They'll snap really easily, so don't get all He-Man. It's torque it the way it should and call it good. So we're going to go ahead and double check to make sure I have all the oil out. Then we're going to throw some new stuff in there. I'll be right back. Okay, there we go. I got about another quart, half a quart out of it. And I did raise the back up a little bit just to be on the safe side. So I'm going to lower that down now. Trusty old jack. New one's holding the Camaro rear end up. Okay, so now we are going to put 5.5 quarts through that little tube right there. It is slow and painstaking, but that's the way you got to do it. Or actually, sorry, you can use actual oil fill. That's my bad. So 5.5 quarts. This does say it recommends Castrol, but as long as it meets the specs, you're fine. Audi did team up with Castrol to develop the oil for these things, but I was easily able to get the Mobile and not the Castrol, so that's what we're going to go with. So I'm going to go ahead and fill it back up, and then make sure and run it for a little bit, park it on a level surface so it can accurately read its oil level. But that's it, guys. You can use the same method for most cars that have this style of oil drain and fill. It's a pain in the butt, but once you get the hang of it, it's not so bad. So, like, subscribe, comment, ask questions. We will be doing a rear brake pad job on my Alpha. I am going to order the Brembo kit for it, but just up out of nowhere, I lost rear brakes. So, well, I should say that I lost the pads. They just deteriorated really quickly. They don't like fast pulls, I guess. But like, subscribe, comment, ask questions. I'm gonna go down to Florida and get married this week, so I'm gonna go on with that. Deuces, guys.